A very good evening from wherever you're watching us from. This is Lookuptv News coming to you from Kenya's capital, Nairobi. We've got lots lined up for you this evening, and you can keep engaging with us at Lookuptv on X, Lookuptv on Facebook, and Lookuptv on our YouTube channel. I am Nancy Nelima. Our sign language interpreter is Josephine Oko. Do stay with us as we bring you up to speed. Let's begin. The Energy, Petroleum and Regulation has announced a reduction in the prices of super petrol, diesel and kerosene in its latest monthly price review. According to a statement issued on Thursday, the prices for super petrol will decrease by 7.21 shillings, diesel by 5.09 shillings and kerosene by 4.49 shillings. Following the review, a litre of petrol in Nairobi will retail at 199.15 shillings, diesel at 190.38 shillings and kerosene at 188.74 shillings. Ebi Kadenyi opens our bulletin tonight.
It is a reprieve for motorists across the country following the review of fuel prices by the Energy and Petroleum Regulatory Authority, the review being the biggest drop in fuel prices in recent months. According to the statement by EPRA, petrol has reduced by 7.21 shillings, diesel reduced by 5.09 shillings, and kerosene reduced by 4.49 shillings. In Nairobi City, petrol has reduced from 206.36 shillings to 199.15, diesel reducing from 195.47 shillings to 190.38, and kerosene reducing from 193.23 shillings to 188.74. In Mombasa City, petrol has reduced from 203.3 shillings to 195.57, diesel reducing from 192.41 shillings to 187.21, and kerosene reducing from 190.05 shillings to 185.58. In Kisumu City, petrol has reduced from 206.12 shillings to 198.97, diesel reducing from 195.64 shillings to 190.59, and kerosene reducing from 193.42 shillings to 188.96. In Nakuru County, petrol has reduced from 205.35 shillings to 198.21, diesel reducing from 194.88 shillings to 189.92, and kerosene reducing from 192.66 shillings to 188.21. The new fuel prices come amid sentiments by President William Ruto earlier in the day in Kericho County, the head of state noting the measures put in place to further stabilize the economy, with the shilling continuing to gain over the dollar.
Hata bei ya mafuta inateremka chini. Nyinyi relax. Hiyo maneno iko sawa. Tunaelewana? Sawa sawa. Si leo ni tarehe ngapi? Itatangazwa leo bei ingine mpya. So relax.
Ebi Kadenyi, Lookuptv.
Thank you, Kadenyi. Now, the owner of a bar that sold illicit brew, which killed 17 people in Kirinyaga County, has been charged with murder alongside 4 police officers and 2 other individuals. Appearing before Kerugoya High Court Judge Justice Richard Mwongo on Thursday, the 7 suspects pleaded not guilty. As Majid Hussein now files, the main suspect was denied bail with a case set for 11th of May this year.
On February 6, 2024, several people lost their lives after consuming killer brew in Kangai, Kirinyaga County, with 14 others surviving after receiving treatment at various facilities. Following the incident, 2 bar owners and 3 police officers have today been charged with murder.
1. Accused numbers 3, 4, 6 and 7.
Appearing before Kerugoya High Court Judge Justice Richard Mwongo on Thursday, the 7 suspects pleaded not guilty. The 7, where the prosecution was granted an application to detain them, pending the conclusion of investigation and mental assessment before charging them with murder.
With respect to accused number 1, directions are as follows. The defense to file their formal bail application within 7 days, together with submissions. The probation officer to file a probation report within 14 days of today's date. Hearing of the bail application will be at the next mention. With regard to accused number 2, she is granted a bond of Kenya shillings 800,000. The surety of a similar amount may be released on a bond with the surety of a similar amount, in each case being a title deed. The value of the bond and the surety shall be 1 million shillings. Accused number 5 shall provide a bond of 500,000 shillings with a surety of similar amount. Other conditions applicable to their release on bond are as follows. They are each barred from interfering or engaging in any way, personally or by proxy, with witnesses. Engaging in any way, personally or by proxy, with witnesses. They shall each not interfere with any investigation that may be ongoing or may be commenced. Shall each ensure to report the DCIO Kamashiri Police Station, Moya West.
The case will be mentioned on 11th May 2024. Abdimajid Hussein, Lookuptv.
Thank you, Majid. Now, Interior Cabinet Secretary Kithure Kindiki has ordered the closure of Dable artisanal mining sites within Golbo Division in Marsabit County. This follows deadly clashes between rival gang of miners. The move follows rampant acts of violence in the Dable artisanal mining sites. The area has been rife with armed criminals facilitating trade in narcotic drugs. Shamila Baraza with more.
In a bid to counter the escalation of violence and other criminal activities in Marsabit County, Interior CS Kithure Kindiki has ordered the closure of Dable mining site. This follows security breaches that caused the death of 7 people. According to the CS, no person shall be found in those areas without written note from the Marsabit County Police Commander.
Kumekuwa na mauaji ya watu zaidi ya 7 siku 2 zipitazo. Wengine ni watu pale wengi kutoka mataifa jirani, wengine kutoka sehemu zingine, wengine ni wakora, wengine walikuwa nauza bangi, na leo tumetangaza kufungwa kwa migodi ya Dable, and it is going to be the same for any other place within the territory of Kenya which is harboring criminals.
Kindiki has also indicated that a special team from DCI has taken over investigations to identify and apprehend the offenders. The orders shall remain in force until further directions from the Cabinet Secretary and National Administration.
I am therefore directing the security team from Embu, the regional team, to move to COM on Monday for a security assessment and report by Tuesday, so that we are sure that that place is safe. For now, the bell remains closed. No person is supposed to access that place for any activity.
Kindiki has also lauded NPR officers for their commitment of working with other police officers in protecting citizens, while noting that government will not rest until all perpetrators are brought to book.
Ofisa wetu wa NPRs wamefanya kazi nzuri na kazi ya ziada, kazi ya kujitolea, na wamekuwa our first line of defense. Wamekuwa mstari wa mbele kusaidiana na maafisa wa polisi na vile maafisa wale wa vitengo vile vingine vya usalama.
Shamila Baraza, Lookuptv.
President William Ruto has urged Kenyans to register for the new National Social Health Insurance Fund, which will be rolled out in the coming weeks, while launching a revamped digital hub at the Bill Good Technical Training College in Kericho County. President Ruto says the SHIF program will operate on secure technology to eliminate corruption and mismanagement of public funds to ensure Kenyans have value for their money, while guaranteeing them access to affordable health care. Henry Anyula with more.
President William Ruto arrived at Belgut Technical Training Institute in Kericho County and was received by top government officials in his government. The head of state was here for a development visit that saw him launch several projects in the area. As the country gears up for the new National Insurance Fund, the Social Health Insurance, President Ruto has made a passionate appeal to Kenyans to register for the program in their numbers.
Kwa wale wananchi hawana uwezo kabisa ya kulipa sisi kama serikali ya Kenya tutawalipia, ili kila Mkenya awe na bima ya afya. Ukikuwa mgonjwa unaenda hospitali, unatibiwa na unaenda nyumbani bila ya kuulizwa pesa yeyote. And the process of registration of Kenyans under the new health program is beginning in earnest.
The SHIFT program will incorporate advanced technology that will curb cases of corruption and mismanagement of public resources to guarantee Kenyans access to affordable medical care.
Wale wakora wamekuwa wakituibia pesa ya NHIF, tunafunga milango na madirisha na mpango yao yote, tuhakikisha kwamba pesa ya umma inatumika kutibu wa Kenya, sio kufanya biashara ya mahospitali na watu ambao ni makatel na wakora.
At the Belgut Training Institute, the Commander-in-Chief launched a modern digital hub that will create jobs for youth under the Jitume program.
Hatuwezi kuweka pesa mabilioni, bilioni karibu 600 kila mwaka tunaweka kwa elimu ya watoto wetu. Lazima pia tuwe na mpango ya vile hawa vijana watapata ajira, ndio wachangie katika uchumi wa Kenya na wachangie pia talanta zao, uwezo, nguvu pamoja na bidii yao katika kupeleka taifa letu la Kenya mbele.
Far from the programs launched today, President Ruto has pointed towards a stabilizing economy and has asked Kenyans to bear increased taxes, arguing that taxes will help the country reduce reliance on borrowing.
Ni wakati mzuri wa sisi kama wa Kenya to have a candid discussion amongst ourselves, a national conversation on whether we shall continue to expose our country to the risks of excessive debt or we must raise our own resources. And I am very proud of the people of Kenya. We have made a commitment that we are going to reduce on debts and we are going to build more on our own raising of revenue in Kenya.
Henry Anyula, Lookuptv.
Health Cabinet Secretary Susan Nakhumicha walked out of a session with the National Assembly Health Committee, failing to issue a response regarding the decision by medics to strike. As Mevin Getembe now files, this follows the decision by doctors to down their tools due to lack of consensus with the government on issues affecting health workers across the country. Top on the list, the posting of medical interns.
Right answers to difficult questions are better than wrong answers to difficult questions, so they say. However, Health CS Susan Nakhumicha chose neither, leaving the National Assembly Departmental Committee on Health session unceremoniously. Nakhumicha, who appeared before the committee to answer to questions regarding the downing of tools of medics across the country, decided to walk out amid session after being quizzed regarding the strike by Seme MP James Nyikal.
He's afraid of his waziri, whether we are asking you whether the strike is on or not. I'm asking because that's what you're afraid of. Now,
earlier during the session, the CS noted that her ministry earlier today had a sit-down with the National Treasury CS Njuguna Ndungu, where they agreed upon releasing 2 billion shillings to the Ministry of Health to aid the ministry in undertaking its commitments.
In my morning meeting with the Treasury, with the Cabinet Secretary for Treasury and the Principal Secretary, we have agreed on how the payments should flow, and he has assured me this week that by end of next week we'll get some amount. We have agreed on staggered payments so that we can be able also to meet our obligations.
While acknowledging the shortage of healthcare providers across the country, the health CS promised the committee that her ministry will work towards ensuring that there is enough healthcare workers in health facilities across the country.
And number 3 is the availability of health workers. And I think that is what we are dealing with at the moment. We have to ensure that health workers are available in the public sector. What we have at the moment is we have a shortage, and that we must confront as a country.
Mevin Getembe, Lookuptv.
And it's a good time for us to take a very short break here on the program. So much more on the other side. Don't go too far.
Open University. University of Kenya, which was chartered on the 3rd of August 2023, aims to revolutionize higher education by breaking down barriers such as cost, previous exam grades, and geographical location through online open learning at the comfort of your home, job, etc., thus ensuring accessibility to education for all members of the society. In a nutshell, Open University of Kenya leverages technology to deliver education.
Open University has brought a new dawn in the Kenya education system, where learners are able to access education in a flexible, affordable, and all-inclusive.
Intakes ongoing for May and September. For more information, call us on 0202000211 or 0202000212 or email us at info@ouk.ac.ke. Open University of Kenya, an innovative university for inclusive prosperity. Next on Ukulima ni Mali.
Leo sasa tunajifunza mambo kuhusu na mboga ambazo za kiasili.
We grow different types of salads, we've got herbs, and some of the fruits in the farm. When you use organic manure in the farm, it really gives a long-term solution for the soil as compared to the synthetic fertilizer. We have here the sage. It is a herb. It can also be used as herbal drinks. When you mix this, the lemongrass, the mint, and also the rosemaries, those are some of the herbs we do have in the farm. Ukulima ni Mali.
Ukulima ni Mali, every Sunday at 4 p.m.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for staying with us. This is Look Up News. Nancy Nalima here and Josephine Uko on the sign language interpretation. Let's continue. Kisii Deputy Governor Robert Monda has denied all 4 charges leveled against him following his impeachment by the County Assembly. Monda was impeached by 53 MCAs on allegations of abuse of office and corruption. The Senate is expected to vote on the motion whether to remove him from office or not.
For the second day now, the Senate continues to hear the case of removing from office Deputy Governor of Kisii Robert Monda, who faces 4 charges including abuse of office, corruption and violation of the Constitution. Standing before the Senate, Monda denied all the 4 charges, citing political persecution by political leaders.
I, Robert Onsare Monda, do solemnly swear that the evidence that I shall give before the Senate in respect of the matters before the Senate shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
The fate of Deputy Governor Monda now lies with the Senate after the County Assembly unanimously voted to impeach him through the indictment process.
Charge number 1, gross violation of the Constitution or any other law. The particulars of the charge are as follows. Whereas Article 179(4) vests Deputy Chief Executive power on the Deputy Governor, and whereas in consideration of the provisions of Article 10 and 73(1) A, 3 and 4 of the Constitution of Kenya 2010, insofar as it connotes the manner in which a state officer is expected.
The Deputy Governor was ousted from the office on February 29th by the ward representatives of Kisii County on grounds of abuse of power and corruption. John Matava, Lookuptv.
Right, I'll be giving you details of that story, I believe tomorrow, because we'll know his fate before the night ends. Let's continue. Televangelist James Mayang now says he lawfully acquired the parcel of land that his Neno Evangelism Church sits on. Appearing before the Lands Committee, the Anganga said he was in the company of his lawyer. National Assembly Majority Whip Silvanus Osoro argues that the piece of land does not belong to Kenya Railways Corporation as claimed by some quarters.
Mimi sitengeneza title D. Ni serikali inatengeneza title D. Iko original title D. Ukienda utasearch iko. Ukienda kwa City Council iko. Iliwekwa kwa Kenya Gazette. Hakuna mtu alipinga. Hii mambo ya nimeiba imetoka wapi?
Controversial preacher James Mayang, a man of God embroiled in a land tussle with the Kenya Railway today, appeared before the National Assembly Lands Committee to defend the ownership of the parcel of land where his Neno Evangelization Church sits on.
Nikawa na ubiri kulengala, nikaja nikakodeshwa kakiwanja kadogo hapo. 2004 kabao kakawekwa hapo for sale. Tukakaa nikafuata hiyo namba, nikaenda Central Bank, nikapewa wale watu ambao wanahusika na hiyo plot, tukaanza kuongea na wao.
The claim involves like you've heard, the very first demand came from the Kenya Railway. So ideally there is a conflict on the Kenya Railway as we speak.
The man of cloth claims he bought the prime plot from Central Bank, whose price initially stood at 32 million shillings before its value appreciated by 10 million, which he paid 10% upfront and the remaining balance settled in installments ending in the year 2008.
Kwa City Council nikapata hii shamba ilikuwa ya Kenya Finance Bank Limited, ambapo ni benki ilianguka, Central Bank wakachukua wauze mali ya hiyo benki. Vile nilipata historia, basi mimi kwa sababu ni Central Bank na ni government, mimi nikakubali kuchukua hii lands, ndio nikalipa hiyo pesa.
They are claiming that piece of land and they have also gone on record for the same, and we are merely respondents in some, and others we have appeared as interested parties. We have not filed any matter in court ourselves.
However, the Joash Nyamoko committee ordered the man of God to submit all documents in the next 7 days, including land sale advertisements, the gazettement for the said parcel of land, before he appears before the committee again.
A plan from between 2009 and 2016 thereabout, kama ulipeana what they call objection, kusema hii shamba sio revenue like that, na kama when you are doing the searches, kama we engage the railways to know kama they have any claim.
These are documents in the next 7 days. It can be today, it can be Tuesday, at least within 7 days, and then we'll give you a date within 14 days when we can sit.
Stanley Lugaria, Lookuptv, Nairobi.
Ahead of this year's Madaraka Day celebration set for June 1st, the Principal Secretary for Interior and National Administration, Raymond Omolo, led the National Celebration Steering Committee in conducting an assessment and evaluation of Masinde Muliro Stadium in Kandui, Bungoma County. This will be the first time the county is hosting a national function.
We had a very unfortunate event in Kericho. There was a stampede, and we of course have had to ask ourselves what may have gone wrong or not, and we would never want a repeat of anything like that to happen, not just in Bungoma but any part of this country. Now, the biggest challenge that comes with an event of this magnitude, particularly when it is done outside Nairobi where most of the national celebrations happen, is that there is always a lot of excitement and there is always a lot of interest, particularly by the locals, to want to participate and be part of it. What we are going to do differently is this time we will make the stadium accessible much earlier than we have done in previous instances, so that then there is no room for crowds to form outside the stadium. And we are also working very closely with the local leadership. And in our meeting today, we were even having the members of the county assemblies, the chief executive officers or committee members of the county. The governor is here with us. And we are also having our security intelligence teams. We have the team led by the regional commissioner, which is in charge of the Western region, and we also have the team led by the county commissioner. So we are going to work hand in hand to ensure that the planning is much better than what we have.
Let's now look at the counties. Rift Valley Regional Commissioner Abdi Hassan has given bandits 24 hours to surrender those hiding in Malaso escarpment. This follows constant attacks by bandits in Samburu County, with a sitting MCA murdered earlier this month. The commissioner called on residents who have fled their homes due to insecurity to return, assuring them of their safety following additional deployment of police officers.
For the past 43 days, Samburu County has been plagued by a series of security breaches, with armed bandits orchestrating attacks. During this period, Paul Shempiro, member of the county assembly representing Angata Nyanyuke, was fatally shot dead by suspected bandits. Rift Valley Regional Commissioner Abdi Hassan has issued a stern ultimatum to bandits encroaching on the Malaso escarpment, urging them to vacate the area promptly. This directive comes as the government ramps up security operation in the North Rift.
Wale ambao wameingia katika sehemu hii ya Samburu ambao wanajifanya eti ni wafugaji waondoke mara moja, la sivyo, na tumeweka mikakati, tutawaondoa kwa lazima. Mipango ya kuondoa inaendelea kukamilishwa, and we shall remove them by force. We shall utilize all possible means to remove them. We will uproot them. We will deal with them and make sure we consign them to where they come from. We have no business having people who masquerade as herders, yet they are not herders but armed bandits, armed terrorists.
Elsewhere, tension is escalating at the Kakamega County Assembly as members of the majority coalition clash over recent leadership shift initiated by the ODM party.
As things stand right now, the legitimate majority leader of the azimio coalition in the Kakamega County Assembly is Geoffrey Ondiro.
You don't need to come and start telling us about people who have done 10 years to stay out. We are not pets of people who can just be controlled around. We are honorable members, and when we make a decision, we make it with our own brains.
Finally, Machakos Town MP Kwale Mule plans to present a proposal in Parliament aiming to eliminate taxes on the importation of assistive devices for individuals with disabilities. He argued that it is unjust for these devices to carry such high costs, citing examples where wheelchairs can be priced at 150,000 shillings, making them inaccessible to a considerable portion of the disabled population.
These wheelchairs are very expensive. One of the wheelchairs costs about 150, 180, 200, and today and yesterday we've been able to give about 200 wheelchairs and crutches and walkers. We are giving wheelchairs because they serve so that they can serve the purpose and fit exactly for the need of that particular patient.
Lookuptv.
Time now for some sporting action. 12-time FKF Premier League champions AFC Leopards, popularly known as Ingwe, have received 10 million boost from President William Ruto out of their 60th anniversary scheduled for later this month at the Nyayo National Stadium. Our sports reporter Atieno Ongondo tells us more.
The 12-time FKF champions AFC Leopards, also known as Ingwe, received 10 million boost from President William Ruto at the State House today as part of their 60th anniversary celebration slated on the 24th of March at Nyayo National Stadium. Ingwe, who have clinched Sekafa tournament 5 times, will host national-wide Ingwe tournament at Camp Toyoyo before taking on Spanish side EA Ramasa at the Nyayo National Stadium to culminate 60th anniversary celebrations. As part of appreciating their fans for their great support for the club, the players and staffs visited children's homes to celebrate with them. Ingwe currently sits position 8 in the FKF Premier League log with 34 points. Atieno Ongondo, Lookuptv.
The 2024 edition of the Red Bull Half-Court is set to kick off on the 6th of April in Mombasa. The event will set the ground for one of the most competitive and prolific 3-on-3 basketball tournaments in the country. The competition, which is organized by Red Bull Kenya, aims to identify and grow pool basketball in the country. The competition will see regional qualifiers staged in 4 major cities where both men and ladies teams will fight for slots to the national finals that will be staged in Nairobi on the 1st of June. Sports Cabinet Secretary Ababu Namwamba visited the ongoing Talanta City Stadium construction. Ababu stated that he is pleased with the progress and he hopes come December 2025 the stadium will be complete and ready to host the AFCON 2027 matches.
Grounds, good progress with the excavation work, preparation of the grounds has been completed. Looking at the pace of work going on here, no doubt that we are well within our set timelines. So very confident that Talanta Sports City is on track. We have no doubt whatsoever that this project should be ready on schedule, and we have set the target of December 2025 to have this project ready and good to go, to be put to the test, and that will give us about a year and a half to test it, to try it out ahead of AFCON 2027.
The European League round of 16 fixtures second leg matches are set to be played tonight. Atlanta will host Portuguese side Sporting Lisbon. English side Brighton will seek to overturn 4-0 as they host Italian side as Roma. Other fixtures are as follows. And just like that, we've come to the end of the broadcast this evening. Thank you so much for being part of the bulletin. And remember, we can keep engaging across all our social media platforms where we are at Lookuptv on X, Lookuptv on Facebook, and Lookuptv on our YouTube channel. As well as you can catch the latest on www.lookuptv.co.ke on our website, where you can catch stories that are making headlines within the country and beyond our borders. I am Nancy Nalima. Our sign language interpreter has been Josephine Oko. We appreciate you for watching. Have yourself a pleasant evening and good night.